August 2025, exactly 12 noon here in Ghana. Wherever you're watching us from, welcome to Good Afternoon Ghana. We are very live and active on social media, on Facebook and YouTube at Metro TV Ghana, on X and on Instagram at Metro TV GH, on DSTV. It's channel 277. I am right, Nana Kwesi Amini, and today we'll be coming to you with a couple of conversations. We'll be looking at issues concerning, CID and the latest information from the end, and some other more stories here. But I mean, what also happened over the weekend is that a number of Ghanaians went to pay their tribute at the candle light vigil, that was held in honor, or as Ghanaians eulogize and celebrate the late Charles Kojo Fosuda de Lumba. And I'm told that another will be happening somewhere in Kumasi. And so we're bringing you all that update later. But for now, my colleague and brother Desmond Okreko Danso is on standby with the latest, stories from around the country. And he is all looking dapper and sharp for a Monday morning, I should say. Desi, good morning and welcome to Good Afternoon Ghana. What's the latest?
Hi, Bright. I'm okay. Definitely coming up in the bulletin, we're talking about the Akwatia by-election.
Right.
And the parties are getting themselves ready, especially the NDC today. They're trying to see who would represent them for the by-election. And, of course, some other stories coming up in this bulletin. So let's get right into it. My name is Desmond Okreko Danso, and it's now time for the news updates. Let's take a look at our headlines. Now, the National Democratic Congress holds its parliamentary primaries in the Akwatia constituency in the Eastern region today to elect a candidate for the upcoming by-election. We'll take you there. Also coming up, the Ghana National Fire Service says no casualties were recorded in the Accra Tourist Information Center fire that broke out in the early hours of today. And also coming up, a 26-member delegation, including members of parliament, technical staff members, and administrative personnel, have visited Zoomlion Ghana Limited and other subsidiaries of the Just One Group to study the company's innovative waste management model. The details coming up shortly. Stay with us. Hello again. Let's settle for the details of these stories, and we'll begin from the Eastern region. And the National Democratic Congress will today, August 4, 2025, hold its parliamentary primaries in the Akwatia constituency to elect a candidate for the upcoming by-election. The Electoral Commission has scheduled the by-election for September 2, following the death of the sitting Member of Parliament, Ernest Yakumi, on July 7 after a short illness. 3 aspirants are contesting the NDC slot. 2024 parliamentary candidate and former MP Henry Boachi Adom, Erasmus Kwani Ali, popularly known as Asanka, who currently serves as an assembly member and presiding member, and also lawyer Bernard Bediako Beidu, and the winner of today's internal election will battle the New Patriotic Party's acclaimed candidate Solomon Asumedu in what is expected to be a fiercely contested race. We'll bring you more details of that subsequently when Bright sets. Now, away from that, a major fire broke out at the Accra Tourist Information Center in the early hours of today, prompting a swift and large-scale response from the Ghana National Fire Service. According to an official update from the Fire Service, the incident was reported at exactly 1:02 a.m. and the first fire engine dispatched from the national headquarters of the Fire Service arrived on the scene within 2 minutes at 1:04 a.m. Additional support came from the fire crew stationed at the Flagstaff House and the ministries, as well as rapid intervention vehicle from the headquarters. Firefighters battled the blaze over 2 hours, finally bringing it to carry out rigorous firefighting and mop-up operations to fully extinguish residual hot spots and prevent the fire from spreading to nearby structures. Fortunately, no injuries were recorded, and the cause of the fire is yet to be determined, with investigations set to commence shortly. Our Ghanaian musician Reggie Rockstone provided an emotional update following the fire, the location of his popular eatery, Rocks Wache, where that is also located.
Take this time out to thank the Ghana Fire Service. I know that you're going to catch a lot of flack because you are so close to us in proximity, literally about a minute or so away from us, but we also found out that in Medina and all over the place. Into Omono, nipa, and kind of said no my brain, but they finally did what they had to do and they put it out, and they turned it out, and so therefore we would like to thank you, Yambo Mabaso, because I know they're gonna catch some flack, but that's not what we're here for, to point fingers. Shout out to the Accra Tourism Information Center. Shout out to Madame, who's here. Everybody's here. And so we thank you all. As you can see, the damage is pretty heavy. But a roof, no, and a chair, but and that's what we give praise to. All the other rumors, cut it out. Also, apparently, there were a lot of prank calls. Time on Mudum, Ejano, Ewo, Medina, no. Now, a month or so, yeah, prank calls here in Gimon. That's terrible. That's so evil. But, so God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for the love, Rocks Wache. We're still here. We know we're going to carry on. And what more can I say?
There will be no Wache, unfortunately, today.
No, today, no Wache, no.
But I'm sure we'll be back very soon. We don't know when yet, but
we'll be back. Yes, and also to all who have been affected,
So they had Ghanaian music icon Reggie Rockstone and his wife there. Away from that, government is expected to announce a new producer price for cocoa for the 2025-2026 crop season today, August 4, 2025. There are strong indications that the new price will reflect a significant increase in dollar terms. Uncertainty remains about the real value of the new price in cedi terms, given the recent sharp appreciation of the Ghanaian cedi against the US dollar over the past few months. The current producer price is pegged at 3,100 per 64 kilogram bag and 49,600 per ton. And the government is pushing forward with the new pricing ahead of the official opening of the 2025-2026 cocoa season on Thursday, August 7, 2025. And President John Mahama, speaking last month, reiterated his administration's commitment to ensuring that cocoa farmers receive at least 70% of the world market price. He said this policy is aimed at restoring dignity and fairness to the farmers, who are the backbone of Ghana's agricultural economy. As of last night, cocoa was trading at approximately $7,555 per ton on the global market. However, a major concern remains the actual value of any increase in local currency terms, particularly in light of government claims that it has been subsidizing cocoa prices for the past 5 months, paying nearly 90% of the global market price directly to farmers. Let's now talk education, and the director of Floyd Albert School, Philip Donko, has made a passionate appeal to government bodies and philanthropic organizations to increase support for physically challenged school children, citing their immense potential to contribute to national development if properly nurtured.
Speaking at the school's 2025 graduation ceremony themed Celebrating the Milestone of Academic Excellence, the director emphasized the urgent need to tackle societal rejection and stigma faced by children with disabilities, which often leads to high school dropout rate. The ceremony was marked by a symbolic act of inclusion and hope as the director awarded a full lifetime education scholarship to Augustine Jendi, a young student who recently underwent a hand amputation.
They are also human beings, but sometimes, we don't, because of how or the situation that they are in, we don't classify them as, excuse me to say, human being. So we want all of us, including the government, so that we all come together to help them. Because disability, if you are disability, that doesn't mean that your mind also is disability. Some of them, because of something, that's why they are in the situation that they are. So all of us have to help so that they all come to us so that we help them. Though we are not disability, we help them so that they also, in future, they become a prominent people in future.
Echoing the call for systematic change, Headmaster Henry Thompson appealed for equity in the national school placement system. He criticized the current 30% quota for public schools.
When you compare previous school selection, for instance, a student from private school can get 15. A student from government school can get 15. They all select the same school, the same course, but the government school will get upper hand than those who are in private school, and this is helping the private school get more advantage than the private school. Because of that, the private school is not getting the numbers in terms of BEC.
The event celebrated the achievement of the 2025 BEC graduating class, highlighting the broader conversation around inclusion and policy reforms in the education sector.
Now, the Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment, Dr. Rashid Pelpo, has urged all civil service staff to make good use of the Civil Service Employee Assistance Program, a dedicated unit intended to offer professional counseling to workers to improve their mental health and enhance national productivity. He spoke at the launch of the program in the early hours of Thursday.
The general mental well-being of workers and Ghanaians at large is a critical yet overlooked issue, with many Ghanaians suffering in silence from conditions such as depression, anxiety, among others. According to the World Health Organization, about 13% of Ghana's population suffer from mental health disorder, with very few receiving professional treatment. The Civil Service Employee Assistance Program will offer services such as family counseling, stress management, child care, conflict resolution, among others, to Ghanaian workers. Minister of Labour, Jobs and Employment, Dr. Rashid Pelpo, said functions of the counseling unit is key for the resetting of the mind of Ghanaian workers.
The Civil Service Care Hub is a resource built for you, designed to support you through life's challenges, both professional and personal. Make sure of these services because they are here to ensure your well-being, which is intrinsically linked to the strength and vibrancy of our nation. Let us all work together to foster a culture of care, support, and mutual respect within the civil service structure.
Chief Director for the Office of the Head of Civil Service, Eunice Osai, says the unit is equipped to achieve efficiency.
If you notice, we haven't labeled the place. We've just painted it such that as you're going in there, there's some calmness that meets you. And so we have a toll-free number that you can call. So you can just call and book an appointment and walk in. Nobody will ask you anything, you just walk in there. Once you have an appointment, you go and meet the counselors there to talk to. And then we have the HRs also referring. So when the HRs refer, the people know when they are supposed to go. They are just given the time and place and they just go.
Incoming president for the Pan-African Psychology Union and senior psychologist, Dr. Collins Ajimang Bedu, called for the sustainability of the program.
We expect that all the chief directors from other ministries, other agencies that were here, they all have HR departments or career planning departments. They will also go there and begin to take the steps to ensure that they build smaller units in these areas, hire professionals, licensed professional psychologists or other mental health practitioners so that they can continue to help.
The Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment and other dignitaries toured the counselling unit.
Now, President John Dramani Mahama has strongly condemned the recent assault on a Joy News journalist covering the demolition of a warehouse allegedly owned by McDan Group Limited by some military officers on July 30. Addressing the recent incident of media intimidation during the swearing-in ceremony of the 4 deputy ministers of state at the Jubilee House, President Mahama unequivocally condemned the manhandling of the journalists by security personnel and pledged to take immediate action to protect press freedom.
Before I conclude, allow me to condemn in the strongest terms the recent incident involving the manhandling of some journalists by our security personnel. Such conduct is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. I have instructed that the incident be thoroughly investigated and that the officers involved be sanctioned accordingly. As a card-bearing member of the Ghana Journalists Association, I will not preside over a government that abuses or intimidates journalists in the lawful exercise of their duty. A free and responsible press is indispensable to our democracy, and we must all work to protect the media. I'll soon convene a meeting between the heads of the security services and the leadership of the GJA to plan a program to orient our troops to recognize the media not as enemies, but as partners in development.
You're still watching the news updates here. Good afternoon, Ghana, with me, Desmond Okrekudan. So let's do some more stories. And the RNAQ Foundation has officially launched its flagship food bank initiative, marking a significant step forward towards combating food insecurity and empowering vulnerable communities across the country.
To Ghanaians in need, beginning in 5 locations: Teshi, Ashaiman, Madina, Odoko, and Kaswa. This compassionate initiative is designed to ensure that no Ghanaian goes without a nutritious meal each day. Rooted in the personal mission of its founder, the project aims to partner with local food vendors to establish accessible food distribution hubs across the country. In his keynote address at the event in Accra, Richard Ni Amakwe shared a heartfelt reflection on the inspiration behind the project, expressing his commitment to expanding the initiative to more communities.
Food banks will open every single day, and through them, thousands of people will be fed daily. Every hot meal we sell says, "You are seen, you are valued, you are not forgotten." And as we said, we plant seeds of hope, seeds of unity, seeds of change. Building a nation does not rely on the shoulders of our political leaders alone, but on every one of us. Why I have made a personal commitment that 90% of all income I earn from most of my businesses will be directed towards funding this cause and all other major social projects I intend to undertake.
The Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture, John Seto Dumelo, lauded the Foundation's efforts tying the initiative to the broader Feed Ghana agenda under the National Democratic Congress administration.
One of the key things that I picked up was the fact that, most of the people that will be doing the food are from the communities, and so that also creates employment, which is very, very important. And the other key thing is also that once you are creating employment for the food vendors around and you're feeding people, it all adds up to, the Feed Ghana project, which President Mahama launched in April this year.
As part of the launch activities, dignitaries were taken on a tour of one of the food bank's operational hubs in Ashaiman. Some persons who benefited expressed joy over the gesture. The Aranak Foundation says its food bank project is grounded on sustainability, dignity, and community participation, with determination to bridge systemic gaps in food access.
Ahead of this year's Homo celebration, Bills Microcredit has donated a cash amount of 250,000 cedis and other items to the Gbese Traditional Council to support the upcoming Homo Festival Health Walk. The Homo Festival is a yearly celebration by the Ga people. There's a report here.
Romeo Richlove Elom Kweku, Chief Executive Officer of Bills Microcredit, said the donation demonstrates Bills Microcredit's commitment to supporting community initiatives and promoting cultural heritage. The Gbese Traditional Council has likely planned various activities for the festival, including the Health Walk, which aims to promote health awareness and community engagement. The Homo Festival is an important cultural event for the Ga people, and the Gbese Traditional Council's efforts to promote and celebrate this tradition are commendable. The festival provides an opportunity for the community to come together, reflect on their heritage, and promote cultural values. The donation demonstrates Bills Microcredit's commitment to supporting community initiatives and promoting cultural heritage.
Homo isn't just a festival. It is a reminder of who we are and where we have come from. It tells the story of people who refused to give up, who planted in faith, who worked the land with discipline and hope. And when the harvest came, they celebrated not just food, but resilience, unity, and survival. That story, that spirit is exactly what builds Microcredit.
Senye Kuoko Noye Noche, on behalf of the Gbese Traditional Council, thanked Bills Microcredit for the donations and urged all Ghanaians to participate in the upcoming health walk.
Gamashi Homo Health Walk. It is starting on the 9th of August, and I'm expecting everybody from Adje, Potoku, Dansoma, Teshi, Osu. Once you are on the garland, you are all invited.
All right, so wrapping up the bulletin, last Saturday, a vigil was held in honor of the late music icon Charles Kojo Fosu, also known as Daddy Lumba, organized by the Creative Arts Agency together with the family. Several celebrities and stakeholders in the entertainment space in the country were at the Independence Square, and fans alike came out in their numbers to mourn with the family and celebrate the legacy of Daddy Lumba. Was there, and this is the report.
Don't you know about then now that Lumba nyum ayama into our baha.
That Lumba nyum there, in fact, Yabeka, I am my Brahman, a futu sembi, especially gospel, no baby, I been no about Saint Church, and you say, no, a Tomakuma sopa, and we said, to me, I'm a meeting, maybe as you say, say, I'm Nukrana, Yamo, and the church, I. Yanko bon habi, whatever I say.
See, Nenumo, Mudiana, Ayo de Pa,
and I'm a baby, I benu, and I'm Basset, yes, Anna Yesu, Kayehu.
You made a show around Daddy Lumba into our bar, can be betrayed, Nentia with Fufia Baha.
Oh, like me, daddy fan. So, me say, we will know na mayor. So, me say I can do night. No, then I have to come. That's the reason why I'm here.
Evening, Pacho Metro TV. So, Pacho for say, Gifty, Daddy Lumba. Diana Wakachira man say about Daddy Lumba. Diana Nyum, I am out.
Oh, Ningum and impacting lives, and still, no, his memory lives on. Yeah, done a baby.
Let's wave it again. Let's wave it again. Let's wave it again. If you love Daddy Lumba, yes, wave it for me. Hey, wave it for me. Sing along, sing along, sing everybody, along. Wave it for me. After to you know. Wave it for me. Okay. Obia son the lighter. Obia son the candle. You know, I am paying your money and saw your candle. Samosha, Bube also candles. You could akasiam you know. Right. Works with Akwaku National Convention on Culture. Executive Director. The Pacho candles living here.
Well, yeah, make it His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. It is from the presidency to all Ghanaians lighting a candle for Daddy Lumba. And what KOD has is from Mamaga Abla Jifa Gomashi, Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, lighting a candle for Daddy Lumba. Thank you very much, Gideon.
Father, you are larger than life, but to us, you are home. Rest well. So, I'm speaking for my sister, Sierra, and myself, Charlene, the last words to his fans. We want to thank you, all of you guys, for supporting him over the years. Without your support, he wouldn't be Daddy Lumba. Thank you for coming, and we will love you. And remember you guys. Thank you so much.
Yedama Sibebre. Yedama Sibebre. Yedama Sibebre. Let's take a big Father. Okay. So here's to the maestro, the unparalleled star. May your vibrant music echo near and far. For UNESCO, you'll be remembered forever.
I didn't come with the kind of sadness that you can think about. It's that kind of sadness that grips your spirit when you're sitting in the Accra traffic and when the radio forgets that he is gone, and so his rhythms keep pouring into your ears on a hot afternoon. I go. I come with a crack in my throat from trying to say Daddy, from trying to say Lumba, from trying to say our legend.
The message about your memories of Daddy Lumba. In fact, your camera reached me at the right time.
Because this is my song.
This is your favorite song?
This is my favorite song. This is my favorite song. Because so many Ghanaians have much ideas and dreams, and because of helpers and money, their dreams are dying off.
Well, he's a great icon that deserves the celebration of life that he's getting. And it's in the right place, because a nation that does not honor its heroes and sheroes is not worth dying for. So even though I'm sad, I'm happy that we've all come out to show how much we love him. He's done so much for Ghana in the music space, and as a creative, I'm happy that he's a creative.
Thank you very much, Mommy.
Thank you so much. Daddy Lumba lives son. He's a legend forever.
And that's how it happened at the Independence Square at the Candlelight Vigil held in honor of Daddy Lumba. And that's how I wrap up the updates. Many thanks for watching. I am Desmond Okreko. For more news, log on to our website, www.metrotvonline.com. Handing over to Bright. I'm waiting for the rest of the program. Bright.
I remember you were singing your favorite song for him. Do you still remember?
Oh, no, I've changed it. Now the song yes.
What was the first one before you told me the second one?
Oh, the one I told Annie the other time.
Yes.
Mario.
It's a Monday. Let's just hold it there. It's a little Monday.
No, but I've changed it to Aquanoma.
That's one. What? Those aren't even the lyrics.
Aquanoma. That's the lyrics.
Goodness gracious.
That's what it is.
I like the one that he sang for the Galamseyers. you know what? It's for the Galamseyers. So you go and make your own.
I've forgotten that one.
Myself, I've forgotten what's for the Galamseyers. Anyways, thank you so much. Thank you so much this morning.
As always, Bright.
So don't you guys go anywhere. Still good afternoon, Ghana here on Metro TV. We're on DSTV channel 277. After this quick 10, the conversations will begin. We'll be taking it to the presidency, where George Opariado took his turn on the Government Accountability Series today as he gave account on what exactly has been done by his ministry. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back from the break with more. Stay with us.
Whether you're a wholesaler, retailer, or consumer, MNC Logistics and Trading is your trusted partner in minerals and food commodities trading. Experience the difference with MNC Logistics and Trading for your commodities trading. We operate a well-equipped laboratory that smelts and assays gold to ensure transparent, credible, and reliable minerals transactions. Our general food commodity market deals with imports and exports of food products such as rice, sugar, and grains. We pride ourselves on delivering products that meet the highest standards of quality and taste. With our expertise in international trading and logistics, we bridge customers far and wide. Locate us at number 4 Neosai Interfo Avenue, East Legon, Accra. Call us on 030-299-8246 or visit our website www.mnclogisticsandtrading.com. MNC Logistics and Trading, hub of confidence.
I'm here at Mycom JA Limited to show you the Promethean Active Panel, the ultimate tool for corporate institutions, hospitals, schools, and your home. With its crystal clear 4K display and an unbreakable screen with an ultra responsive touch technology. This isn't just a screen, it's a game changer. For corporate institutions and in schools, this active panel can be used for Zoom meetings and PowerPoint presentation. And oh, your homes are not left behind. You can use it to watch all your favorite programs by just connecting to a Fire Stick, and you can get access to channels like Netflix and Amazon, and voila, you are in there. At Mycom JA Limited, we provide you with the best quality products from the United States of America with 1-year warranty. You can get an active panel at a discounted price of 18,000 Ghana Cedi only, and it comes with a Fire Stick, a webcam, and a microsystem. You can locate us at Chado Container behind the Trade Fair. Visit Mycom JA Limited today and elevate your tech.
No matter how far you run away, you always come back to where you started.
Tortured, mutilated, fingers cut off. I'll lend you the money. My boss believes in giving players another chance.
You don't know what to do if you don't have the money to pay back. Come listen to me.
Sir, it's done.
Good. 1 week. That is all you got to pay up.
You've been gambling.
Unfortunately, we're still chasing shadows. He's clearing the board to make way for something bigger.
How could you do this to us, Kobe? Who's there?
I can fix this.
Welcome back. We're still live here on Good Afternoon Ghana, live on DSTV channel 277 on Facebook and YouTube at Metro TV Ghana on X, and also on Instagram at Metro TV GH. Go on there, like, comment, and share. Let's have a good show here. I am right, and I could see. Let's take it to the presidency, where earlier George Opare Addo, who's in charge of youth empowerment, the Ministry of Youth, actually took his turn, to have a conversation, tell us what exactly they've done so far, and also had the opportunity to answer questions posed to him by journalists. Let's bring you a quick playback of that particular interaction, and the show will continue on.
And installed as minister the Honorable George Opare Addo, who has shown significant organizational ability regarding the mobilization of Ghanaian youth to achieve set objectives. Today he is here to delve into the output of his ministry and how in the last 6 months he has worked to realize President Mohammed's dream of empowering Ghanaian youth, offering them jobs, and ensuring that the future of this country is placed in their hands. Now, without taking any more of your time, I would invite to the microphone the Honorable George Opare Addo, who is Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment. Mr. Minister, the microphone is yours.
Minister in charge of Government Communications, Chief Director from the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment, heads of agencies that are here this morning, directors of the ministry, young persons present and those watching us on TV and listening to us on their various radio sets, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It is both an honor and a duty to address you on the progress of some key policy initiatives and flagship programs undertaken by the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment and its sector agencies. His Excellency the President, in line with the resetting agenda, established the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment to address the aging needs of young people in our country. This initiative recognizes the vital role that our youth play in socio-economic development and aims to harness their immense potential for the benefits of this nation. The ministry was established through Executive Instrument EI 1-2025 to create an inclusive youth ecosystem that empowers young Ghanaians to contribute meaningfully to national development whilst remaining globally competitive. The ministry's work is anchored on 5 strategic thematic areas. The first is health and well-being of the youth. The second is skills training and education. The third is economic empowerment that includes labor market mobility and creating of decent jobs for young people. The fourth is civic engagements and community participation. And the fifth is personal development and leadership. The following critical youth development agencies were also realigned under the ministry's mandate. The National Youth Authority to coordinate and facilitate youth empowerment activities. The Youth Employment Agency to develop, coordinate, supervise, and facilitate job creation for the youth in Ghana. The National Service Authority to deploy a pool of citizens 18 years and above to participate in 1 year of national service. The National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, NEP, to provide integrated national support for startups and small businesses. And then the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat to award scholarships to brilliant but needy Ghanaians. Ladies and gentlemen, since the establishment of the ministry 7 months ago, we have designed several programs and critical projects specifically aimed at addressing the needs of the youth. These initiatives are intended to promote the development of the youth and equip them with skills, support, and resources for sustainable livelihood. In line with the goals of the resetting agenda and our mandate to prioritize the involvement of young people in our initiatives, each policy and intervention has been carefully crafted with their needs and aspirations in mind. In fulfillment of His Excellency John Dramani Mahame's pledge to young people in this country, the ministry supervises the implementation of 2 of its important flagship programs at Youth Development and Empowerment. And these 2 programs are the Ejumera program, which is being implemented by the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, and the National Apprenticeship Program, which is being implemented by the National Youth Authority. The Ejumera program, distinguished guest, to develop a dynamic entrepreneurship drive aimed at supporting young businesses. The Ejumera program was launched by His Excellency the President on 28th April 2025 at the Prempeh Assembly Hall in Kumasi. Specifically, the Ejumera program seeks to provide strategic business development training to equip beneficiaries with practical entrepreneurial skills for sustainable business growth, market access facilitation, to connect youth-led businesses to viable markets, ensuring their products and services reach potential customers, startup capital, to provide financial support for youth-led businesses under the program, and then continuous mentorship to offer ongoing guidance that enhances decision-making and long-term business success. The goal of this program is to create a new generation of young job creators and reduce over-dependency on public sector jobs. The belief and hope of His Excellency is that by the time his 4 years is over, at least a Unicom company would have been birthed through this idea. Funding. In further demonstration of government's unwavering commitment to economical empowering Ghanaian youth, an amount of 110 million has been allocated by the Ministry of Finance this year under the directive of His Excellency the President for the nationwide operationalization of the Ejumera program. This financial backing sends a strong signal that we are not merely announcing intentions, we are resetting the country and investing in the future of young people. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to report that the program received over 8,000 applications in the first week alone. To date, we have received more than 120,000 applications through both the online and manual submission channels, all of which are under review. We recognize that the future of this country depends on the empowerment, education, and inclusion of our youth in national development. As a ministry, our duty extends beyond merely supporting young people. We must provide them with the essential tools, skills, and opportunities required for their growth. The National Apprenticeship Program. Ladies and gentlemen, in a strategic effort to address unemployment and enhance skills development, the National Apprenticeship Program was inaugurated on April 30th, 2025 at the main conference hall of the University for Development Studies in Tamale. The NAP aims to promote self-employment by offering young Ghanaians free technical and vocational training. Successful apprentices will receive certification, startup capital, and the equipment necessary to establish their businesses. For the first time in the history of this country, apprentices will receive a monthly stipend to support them whilst undergoing training. In implementing the program, we have partnered with relevant sector stakeholders and technical training institutions to provide practical skills training to about 500,000 young people nationwide in various fields, ranging from artisanal, technical, to vocational skills. A total of 115,000 participants have applied for the program, which includes 95,819 trainees and 19,190 trainers. Among the applicants, 57,897 were submitted online. Of those submitted online, there were 18,571 males and 39,326 females and 720 youth with disability, demonstrating a commitment to inclusivity. The selection process for beneficiaries is currently ongoing. The ministry is also working with the NYA to do what we call the Prior Knowledge Certification Program, where trainers who want to train applicants will have to necessarily undergo a program through TVET and be given certification to be able to attest to the fact that they know their craft and trade before they impart knowledge. And when the processes are done, they will be given certification to that effect. Funding. This year, His Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, through the Ministry of Finance, has allocated 300 million Ghana cedis to this program as a deliberate effort to promote skills development amongst the youth. The program is scheduled to start on August 12, 2025, where the first cohort of trainees will be matriculated. This program is not just about training, it is about employability. We are ensuring that every young person enrolled will receive industrial relevant skills to either find decent employment or start their own businesses. This is one of the largest apprenticeship drives in our country's history, and it reflects His Excellency's deep commitment to solving unemployment through skills development and enterprise creation. Successful trainees who have completed their apprenticeship and wish to start their own businesses will be onboarded onto the Ejumara program for access to startup capital and continuous mentorship. This is part of our broader agenda to transition participants of the National Apprenticeship Program from apprenticeship to what we call entrepreneurship. The National Service Deployment of 2025 and 2026 service year. Ladies and gentlemen, for the 2025 to 2026 service year, approximately 130,000 prospective national service personnel drawn from accredited tertiary institutions across the country will be deployed to public and private user agencies seeking skilled temporary personnel to support their operations. All accredited tertiary institutions have submitted class lists for the 2025-2026 service year. The National Service Authority has generated PIN codes for prospective service personnel to begin enrollment. However, registration and deployment processes are currently paused due to the system shutdown of the centralized service management platform ordered for audit purposes. Shutdown of the National Service Centralized Service Management Platform. Ladies and gentlemen, as you recall, the ministry announced the suspension of the central management system used for postings by the National Service Authority. This action followed a directive from the presidency ordering the suspension of the system for a comprehensive and forensic audit by the Ghana Audit Service, and I believe we all know why we've done that. This suspension has become necessary following revelations that the system has been used to perpetuate serious financial fraud. That is the ghost name scandal that has been haunting the authority for some time now, which had become an albatross around the neck of the authority. The National Security is currently investigating the matter, whilst the Attorney General is also reviewing the docket for further actions. Plans are currently underway to deploy a new comprehensive system that will meet all the technical specifications and ensure the integrity of the system. His Excellency's pledge to the good people of this country is that under his watch, we will have no ghost names at the National Service Authority. basic military orientation for national service personnel. In a significant move to promote national discipline, foster patriotism, and enhance the physical development of our young graduates, His Excellency, the President has directed the National Service Authority to implement a 6-week basic military orientation program. This initiative is in accordance with the National Service Act, Act 1119, and aligns with the strategic objectives outlined in the National Service Policy. The National Service Authority will collaborate with the Ghana Armed Forces to carry out this program. This orientation is designed to cover 100,000 national service personnel starting this service year. This remarkable initiative will start on the 31st of August 2025 in 2 cohorts of 10,000 and upscale to 100,000 in subsequent years. This policy is not about militarization of service personnel, far from it. It is about leadership, resilience, and civic responsibility. The training, we believe, will instill discipline, national pride, and preparedness among our young people, many of whom will become future public and private sector leaders. The Feed Ghana program and the Happy program being undertaken by the National Service Authority. Ladies and gentlemen, the ministry through the National Service Authority is enrolling the Feed Ghana program and the Happy program. These initiatives will train 45,000 national service personnel with backgrounds in agriculture, agribusiness, and related fields to create dignified and fulfilling job opportunities for over 88,000 young people. Under the Feed Ghana program and the Happy programs, 1,500 acres of maize have already been cultivated, with 1,000 acres now ready for harvest. Additionally, tomato production has begun on a pilot basis, covering approximately 100 acres of direct cultivations in Kumewu and Yape. Through collaboration with anchor partners, around 500 acres are currently in production, with plans to increase this to 2,000 acres by the end of September 2026. The National Service Authority, in collaboration with the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program and various stakeholders, is actively working to develop an entrepreneurship-based deployment model. This initiative is designed to empower graduate job seekers by equipping them with the skills and resources they need to become successful job creators. This strategy acknowledges youth-led ventures as legitimate service sites, providing structured incubation, mentorship, and access to essential resources for entrepreneurs. It aims to support 1,000 viable graduate-led businesses in the first year alone. The Youth Employment Agency. Distinguished guests, the ministry through the Youth Employment Agency continues to undertake activities aimed at the development and empowerment of our youth. The YEA for the 2025 year is projected to recruit, train, and place 259,850 beneficiaries under different models prescribed by its legislative instruments. Actual performance as at 31st July 2025 stood at 49,413 beneficiaries, and the breakdown is as follows. Industrial attachment and direct placement initiatives. Under our industrial attachment program, YEA targeted 20,000 graduates through the Graduates in Corporate Support Initiative in partnership with the National Insurance Commission. Although implementation is still underway, our exit plan includes a minimum of 60% retention placement through the YEA Job Center and entrepreneurship training. In collaboration with G4S Security and Soccer Bets, under the YEA's Job Center, we aim to place 10,000 young persons into employment. As of now, 6,500 have been successfully placed. Similarly, the Work Abroad Initiative has projected a target of 2,000 beneficiaries, with placement structures being finalized. Vocational and trade-based training under the YEA. Our trades and vocations program, including the Artisan Directory and the Make Fashion project for persons with disability, which is being done in collaboration with the GIZ, targeted 125,000 young persons. To date, 8,913 have been trained and supported to start their own enterprise in fields such as auto works, carpentry, ICT, hairdressing, welding, plaster of Paris, popularly called POP, painting, plumbing, among others, with a clear path to self-employment. And this program is over a period of time, so it is not just this year. So if you look at the 125,000 that we seek to place, and you look at the 8,000, you may think we are performing below, but it's over a 5-year period. Community improvement initiatives. The Smart City projects, fast and safe transport, and the Shagzi platform collectively targeted 6,800 youth. Whilst implementation remains in progress, these programs are geared towards innovative startups and transport-related self-employment. Our school support and Arabic model initiatives were designed to integrate 7,000 youth into mainstream education to support educational services in the country. Agriculture and afforestation programs. The agency continues to support agricultural entrepreneurship with initiatives such as the turkey berry and maize production, aquaculture, and animal farm estates. A total of 6,550 youth are targeted for startup support in this sector, and we believe strongly that agriculture holds the potential to absorb a significant number of our unemployed youth. Community education and health assistance. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Community Education Training Assistant Program engaged 2,000 youth to support educational outcomes whilst preparing them for skills development and future studies. In the community and health assistance domain, 6,000 community medical first responders and 6,000 community health workers have been successfully deployed, achieving full target implementation with plans for skills upgrading and entrepreneurship support. Community service and security. We have successfully deployed 12,000 community protection assistants, 5,000 prison officer assistants, and 5,000 fire service assistants. With these programs, we are seeking to create employment whilst reducing the incidences of crime in the country by strengthening security and enhancing emergency response capabilities. These models will establish a stable and safe environment that is crucial for the successful implementation of the 24-hour economy. This proactive approach will promote continuous economic activities and boost investment confidence, paving the way for sustainable growth and development. The apparel, sanitation, and coastal employment. In the garment sector, we targeted 2,500 youth for startups. Under the Youth in Sanitation, 45,000 youth are being mobilized to establish janitor enterprises. Whilst implementation is ongoing, systems are in place to ensure structured follow-up and support. RED means stop. Ladies and gentlemen, the rising incidence of drug use among young people is a pressing concern. The ministry recognizes this as a significant public health challenge and is taking decisive actions to address substance abuse through targeted prevention, education, and rehabilitation initiatives aimed at safeguarding the health and future of our youth. The ministry has launched an intervention program, RED means stop, popularly called UNIM RED, to curtail the abuse of opioids and other harmful drugs to support the national anti-substance abuse campaign, targeting schools, youth groups, and communities across all 16 regions. This initiative promotes awareness, prevention, and behavioral change using cultural sensitivity and evidence-based messaging. Youth health is non-negotiable, and this campaign is part of our broader health and well-being focus area, which also integrates mental health awareness, reproductive health education, and access to youth-friendly services. The National Youth Festival. Distinguished guests, I'm pleased to announce that the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment, through the National Youth Authority, in collaboration with other key stakeholders, is hosting a month-long National Youth Festival throughout the month of August. The celebration, which began on the 1st of August, is themed Igniting Potential, Inspiring Change. The festival features Youth Day with religious leaders. So on the 1st, we were at the Central Mosque, and yesterday being Sunday, we were at the Empowerment Worship Center. And this is being done across by the various NYA regional directorates. Youth Cleanup. on 2nd August, on Saturday, I joined the CEO of the National Youth Authority, and our regional directors also conducted cleanups across the various regions. The National Youth Conference, on the 10th to the 12th of August 2025, we'll be having the National Youth Conference with a climax which coincides strategically with the UN International Day for the Youth. Health Work Against Substance Abuse, Red Means Stop. On the 16th of August, across this country, we'll be working against drugs to bring to the fore the issues of drugs that affects our young people. Multi-stakeholder dialogues. On 20th of August 2025, we'll have a multi-stakeholder dialogue on issues that affects young people in this country. The National Youth Conference on Climate Action and Environmental Sustainability. On the 25th of August, we'll be having this conference to discuss pertinent issues on climate change and green transitions. And we believe strongly that when the environment suffers, it is young people that suffer the most. And then on the 29th and 30th, like we say, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. We'll have what we call the National Youth Carnival. During this month-long youth festival, His Excellency the President will take part in several scheduled programs during which he will engage with the youth. This participation underscores the significance of youth in his resetting agenda and highlights the confidence His Excellency places in the abilities of the Ghanaian youth. The Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. We are currently collaborating with the Ministry of Education to establish the Ghana Scholarship Authority Act. This act aims to transform the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat into the Ghana Scholarship Authority. The goal is to streamline and effectively oversee the system for awarding state-sponsored scholarships. We don't intend to sell scholarships like we are selling tomatoes on the Ghanaian market. A proposed bill has been presented to Parliament for consideration. However, the processes has been suspended to allow for further and broader consultations with stakeholders. In conclusion, members of the press, any discussions on national development must focus on our youth. The programs I shared today are not just isolated efforts. They reflect a long-term commitment to equipping our young people to be productive citizens and leaders of our country, and the leaders our country needs in the future. We will continue to collaborate closely with all stakeholders, including youth organizations, traditional authorities, the private sector, development partners, and most importantly, with the young people of this nation. And I urge every young Ghanaian to embrace the opportunities available, to translate them into meaningful and transformative outcomes. The future of our nation will not emerge by accident. We must work together to build for all of us the Ghana we want. May the Ghanaian youth continue to rise, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for that presentation. We will delve straight into a question and answer session. So I would invite members of the media who have questions to the microphone on my left so that they can fire away at the minister. So please identify yourself and keep it brief in order that we would maximize the time.
Rabon Bachomi Moachi, within the Accra Kofi Dako, VXYZ Broadcasting. Bacho, maybe Zasi, Honorable Bramu Ba Bemuno, na Mebu Dodowahe, say New Bronicani say statistics no more do I won't need Jumaye, Busumia song temini, Dodoa, wetimi amawanga Juman Bachom Pesemihu, and also Danchenga, Yenu nom I won't edit them. Uka BBC na muwo sikebia ana mu behwe won mpacho kwan benso na mu befaso ya sika no ekwa ye behu se bekwa kodu wo mu nchen na akontebu mapa ebe ye djuma ye behu se yiwu sika we akodu won akache medawase.
The minister is quite proficient in Ekwapim too, being his native language, so he would answer that appropriately.
My name is Rachel Quarte from GBC, and I'm concerned about the National Apprenticeship Program. My first question is that how would you monitor and evaluate the whole program? Because we've had similar programs in the past. And then, would it be decentralized? Just like we have the national service and then we have the district or the metropolitan.
All right, thank you very much for that question.
Honorable Minister, my name is Stanley Koblako from Pan African Television. Honorable Minister, in 2018, the then government introduced the youth resource centers across the country, 10 of them. Only one, I beg your pardon, is operational. Honorable Minister, I want to find out from you what specific timelines is your ministry putting in place to ensure that this project comes to life, and bring us up to speed on the Ninahim Youth Resource Center, which we were told was complete about 95%. What the 95% represents, and when this project will be handed over to the youth authorities. Please.
Thank you very much. So we'll take 2 more questions in this round before the minister answers them.
Good morning, I'm Sarah with CTFM and Channel 1 TV. My question, Honorable Minister, has to do with the Azuma Nelson Sports Complex. What steps have so far been taken to renovate it? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the final question in this batch.
Good morning. My name is Frederick Agri, Insight Newspaper. Recently, we've heard of the youth in terms of the students, some of them murdering themselves. One has resulted in a death sentence. Another has resulted in life sentence. Under your purview, what do you intend strategically to address this issue?
Thank you very much. So the minister will answer these questions.
Thank you. On the issue of crime, crime is crime, and so when people commit crime, we believe strongly the laws must deal with them as it deems fit. But one of the key things we've realized is that most of these violent crimes are happening because a lot of the youth are abusing substances. That is why we've launched the Red Means Stop campaign, to be able to educate and sensitize young people on issues of drug abuse and also get closer to them. We're also encouraging the Ghana Education Services to have counseling centers in all their institutions. But sometimes the challenges of the times require that a lot of young people must be engaged. Realize that as part of our 5 thematic areas, the first thing we spoke about is the health and well-being of young people, and it's one of the key things the ministry is focusing on. The issue of the Azuma Nelson Sports Complex, we've reviewed it, we've seen the challenges. I have visited the site myself with the Chief Executive of the National Youth Authority. Luckily for us, his office sits right next to the complex, and we have had discussions with the Ministry of Finance. It was funded through the Common Fund, and so we did not meet any substantial amount of money available. There are also challenges with the contractor and he not going to site because of payments. We are reviewing the contract, and in the next budget year, we will get funding. The Minister for Finance has promised that he will release funding for us to complete. It is not just the Azuma Nelson Complex. The question of Ninahim and then the 8 other resource centers that have not been completed. 2 have been completed, and 1 is currently in use. We are going to operationalize the one in the Upper West region very soon, and it's also going to be used. It's going to be put to use very soon. We've met with the regional minister for the Upper West. We've met with the regional directorates of the National Youth Authority, and so it will be put to use in good time, in no time. On the issue of whether the National Apprenticeship Program is going to be decentralized, yes, it has already been decentralized. The National Youth Authority has been given the permission to recruit 16 regional, I don't want to call them directors, but people to work with the National Youth Authority to be able to coordinate the activities of the National Apprenticeship Program. And currently they've undergone their various trainings, and so they are out there and working. Applications are being received at district levels. We are making sure that at least all 276 constituencies have adequate representation, and we are disputing the first 10,000 across equally so that every district or every constituency gets people to participate. The 19,000 plus trainers that we have gotten online and on board are also cut across. They are spread across the whole country, and so everybody will be properly represented. On the issue of whether we have assessed the data, yes, we have assessed the data. At the time we assumed office, we knew that the unemployment rate stood at 14.8%. Out of that, about 20+% were within young people. And we also looked at the not in training, not in employment, and not in education bracket, which is of critical concern to the ministry. That is why we are deploying the Jumera program and then the National Apprenticeship Program. Because one of the biggest things we saw is that skills deficit was one of the major challenges. And a lot of these young people did not have the right and requisite skills to be able to put to use. And so we are working with that figure in mind. We are not able to give you an assessment of how many jobs we have created. It's early days yet, because our programs are still rolling out. But I believe strongly that by the end of this year, when I get my opportunity again at this room or on this platform, we'll be able to give you specifics, how many people we've put to work and how many we intend to put to work in the subsequent years. By going by the numbers that I listed out here, clearly by the end of this year, all things being equal, between 100 and 150,000 young people should be put to work. Under Jumera, we are targeting to do 500,000. Under National Apprenticeship, we are targeting to do 500,000 over a period of 4 years. And then the YA models, the National Service models, give or take, by the end of the 4 years of His Excellency President Mahama, direct and indirect jobs should be close to 1.5 to 2 million. But we'll be able to give you a fair assessment when we are done with our stewardship and we are accounting again to the good people of this country. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll take the final batch of questions for the Minister.
My name is Obed. I work with EIB Network, GH1 TV, Star FM.
Obed, we would appreciate your full name.
Obed King Gaglo. Yeah, thank you. About ghost names, apart from the top people that we've got briefing from the Attorney General, we know that there are some people in the districts and the regional level. For instance, Brim North, we know that some people were interdicted. We want to find out from them, the Minister, what is with that case so far. And then also, with regards to scholarship, last week we heard that the process has been opened. How many people have applied so far? We want to know.
Okay, all right.
My name is Evelyn Tingma. I work for Media General. I think the Minister didn't answer the question on one of my colleagues concerning the National Resource Center. Oh. Yes, so I think...
I thought he did. He did. Okay, there was a question on disability. All right, so he will take it when he...
Okay, but my question is, just yesterday I received a call from a prospective national service personnel, and he says that the authority opened the portal just for some few days and they closed it back, and so some of his colleagues were able to...
You mean the portal for registration?
Yes, right. And then some of his colleagues were able to get their pins and all that, but some of them do not have it. So can the Minister assure these service personnel when the portal will be opened and registration will be done, because they are kind of worried about the situation?
Thank you very much.
Apamucha midindi ose akuta hoto FM. Abrofufo na komodienti yetwifo no nse yaba. Pese bi se minister say ne policies ne programs a wodi agu akwam no edien ehhehye no de ato be make sure say youth na ebe reflect youth no across all region. Like policies, like your region. Yes. Yes, I bear reflective. Yes.
Is there any other question, please? Okay, so Minister, please endeavor to answer the question on disability, and we would appreciate if you answer that in your favorite equipment. and then the Gapim tree, and then the final one also. We would like to have it in tree as well. Thank you very much.
Me fears here there are Ahoto FM reporter and baby sorry Obi say yeah policies no ebefa Ghana mine na you hwe no one be ya ye ja won kran kuto because sabe obi biara hiamboa and utie insama medi kan na because say for NIP and NYA programs no yeah channel not even at the district levels but at the constituency level, so that constituency BR will be properly represented. You know, it is going to be broader. Ubi BR constituency Benyabi. And you didn't say to me and it's a backwack some Ubi BR Nyaso and Faso. And then the issue on disability. One of the policies are they as ministry is we stand for inclusivity, and all the policies, especially under Ejumera and a national apprenticeship program. Your mandatory apprenticeship program, no, and say a minimum of 5% should be reserved for people with disability. So we want to assure you that everybody will be properly covered. On the issue of the portal of national service, yes, it is true the portal was opened. But when it was opened, some civil society organizations raised concerns. And based on the concerns that were raised, His Excellency ordered that we shut down. And that is how come we put out a communication. And so, yes, pins have been generated. But because the system is undergoing an audit, my last conversation with the Auditor General, they are almost done. They are receiving queries. They've sent queries to the various people involved, and then they are responding. We want to assure prospective national service personnel that I believe strongly that by the middle of August, we would have resolved all the issues, a new system would have been ready, and then we will open the portal. Their service will not be delayed. That I can assure them. And so we are working closely to make sure that we don't have a repetition of what we've seen previously. This ghost scandal hit Ghana in 2013, 2014, hit us again in 2023, 2024, 2025. We don't want to have it reoccurring during the administration of every president. And His Excellency believes in fixing it once and for all. And so we will plead with service personnel to bear with us, that we will deal with it and make sure that nothing untoward happens going forward. Ghost names in regional and districts, because the issues are under investigations and a lot of them are cooperating with the Attorney General, I won't want to delve into a lot of it, but I believe that at the Attorney General's press conference, he made mention of the fact that some of them have become, they are cooperating and are willing to become prosecution witnesses on behalf of the state. But I want to assure the good people of this country that everybody who is found culpable will be dealt with and nobody will be left off the hook. And so whether you are at the district level, whether you are at the regional level, whether you are at the national level, everybody found culpable will be dealt with. On the issue of scholarships, the reason why we have the bill currently before Parliament is we have too many government agencies dealing with scholarships. Get Fund has a scholarship scheme that is being run. The GNPC also has a scholarship scheme that is being run. And then the Scholarship Secretariat that has the mandate of administering scholarship is also running a scholarship scheme. We want to make sure we bring all the scholarships into one centralized pool where government is able to control. And then the real targets are for people who are needy but brilliant, so that we don't end up giving scholarships to people who are not in need of it. And His Excellency has made it very clear that people like us, his appointees, and our immediate family members do not even qualify for scholarships. And so once the bill is passed, we'll be able to centralize it and then make sure that people who are deserving are given. As I stand here, it is only the Scholarship Secretariat that I'm supposed to be working with. Get Fund doesn't fall directly under me. And so I'm not able to give you figures as to how much or how many scholarships Get Fund is giving. But I can tell you that the National Service Authority, the National Scholarship Secretariat currently has opened their portal to give scholarship to Ghanaian students within Ghana. This year we don't intend, because we inherited over a debt of over 700 million Ghana cedis. at the Scholarship Secretariat, and we are still dealing with it. So this year we don't intend to do foreign scholarships with the Scholarship Secretariat. But I know GetFund has opened their portal. I know GNPC too does some. Those figures I will not be able to give you. But I believe that once the act is passed and all these agencies, all the scholarships are brought under the Scholarship Authority, we'll be able to give you specifics as to how much or how many people have been given scholarships. Thank you, and God bless you all.
All right, thank you, Minister. But we still have some time to spare, so we'll take one more question from.
Honorable Minister, me pachewo. Why in Central Function now say Kokoya say engineer red means stop. Mebuna wamuton runo. Nono bepe o maimu ansana wanga koto. Wamu nsusu wamu kraba o maimu nsuye. Anamo beng na uritu afaun. Aise sebita fracha yesi enya igalamsi. Nsuno.
Right, and so the Honorable Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, George Opariado, has been engaging Ghanaians, especially journalists, to seek questions from them to exactly understand what exactly they make of some of the things that has been done by his outfit at the Government Accountability Series as he took his turn today. Well, let's now talk about the Equatia by-election, where the NDC are set to elect, someone who led the party going into the elections there in Equatia, following the demise of the Honorable Minister for that constituency. And I've been joined on phone by Tanko Computer Rashid, who is the head of IT and elections for the National Democratic Congress, NDC. So I'm going to be speaking to him right away, just find out the preparations or things put in place by the NDC ahead of them nominating or electing somebody who will represent the party going into elections. Thanks so much for joining us here this afternoon. Mr. Tanko. And I've been joined on phone by Tanko Rashid, Computer for a Conversation. If you are there, please, can you hear me? Right, we'll try and get back to him on the lines for a conversation concerning issues there in Equatia. Stay with us here on Good Afternoon Ghana. We'll be back from the break with more.
Whether you're a wholesaler, retailer, or consumer, MNC Logistics and Trading is your trusted partner in minerals and food commodities trading. Experience the difference with MNC Logistics and Trading for your commodities trading. We operate a well-equipped laboratory that smelts and assays gold to ensure transparent, credible, and reliable minerals transactions. Our general food commodity market deals with imports and exports of food products such as rice, sugar, and grains. We pride ourselves on delivering products that meet the highest standards of quality and taste. With our expertise in international trading and logistics, we bridge customers far and wide. Locate us at number 4 Neosai Interfo Avenue, East Legon, Accra. Call us on 030-299-8246 or visit our website www.mnclogisticsandtrading.com. MNC Logistics and Trading, hub of confidence.
I'm a brand manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Hi, my name is Fred McBagon-Lurie, President of Academic City University in Accra, Ghana. Academic City is at the forefront of technology development. Here at Academic City, innovation and ingenuity blend seamlessly with innovation. We respect knowledge. Knowledge is power. And once Africans start to internalize knowledge, you'll see the level of development that we'll attain here. The Tycoon Africa Conference is a convergence of influencers and professionals from across the continent, folks that are interested in marketing and ICT. At this conference, you meet marketers from across the African divide, from Southern Africa, from Zimbabwe, from Kenya, from Uganda, and of course, from our beautiful country called Ghana. I will be speaking, and there will be many other professionals and experts who will be sharing the African experience in marketing and ICT. This is an opportunity you will not want to miss. At this conference, you will meet people working at the forefront of AI, ICT integration, using new tools and emerging technologies, marketers who are at the forefront of pushing this agenda, and more importantly, it will be an avenue for us to encounter policy.
We brought you the first two conferences, which were awesome. Great leadership ideas shared. On popular request, the third in the series of Women in Strategic Leadership Conference, put together by ASWAM and Tarragon, comes off on September 24 to 27 at the Plash Camp Chache Resort, Adan. Come, engage with astute women with great leadership ideas and skills on the conference theme, Women at the Helm, Driving Strategic Change. On the bill for this special conference are outstanding women such as Genevieve Pearl Duncan Ubobi, banker, trainer, SME consultant, speaker and author. Miss AC Mills Robertson, Director of Inclusive Banking at Fidelity Bank Ghana, and Mrs. Augustina Atkinson Dadebo, Counseling Psychologist and Assistant Registrar, UPSA. Do call 059-205-2286 or 024-403-5731. Come and let's advance women in leadership while creating a supportive community as well as empower women in leadership.
Welcome back. We're still live here on Good Afternoon Ghana, live on DS3 channel 277, also live on Facebook. Let's now go back to our earlier announcement where I told you that we have a conversation with Tanko Computer Rashid, who is the head of IT and elections for the NDC and currently the CEO for Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications. And he joins me on Zoom for a conversation ahead of the Akwatia by-elections. Thank you so much for joining me here on Good Afternoon Ghana.
My brother, how are you?
I'm good. It's been a while. Anyways, tell me, what exactly does the ground look for? Just like for the NDC. I mean, you are looking forward to electing somebody who will lead the party into that by-election. Tell me about the preparations.
Yes, well, very well. Today it's been very extractive. The delegates are trooping in their numbers to elect our candidate. 3 contestants are contesting for the slot. Right. And I can assure you, it's very peaceful here. Everybody is here. All the delegates are in their numbers. The regional executives is being led by their regional chairman to handle the process. We just want them to have a peaceful process, elect a candidate who will represent us for the September 2nd election. Right. That is the by-election, which is coming on 2nd September. I can assure you we are going to win the election. Whoever is elected today is going to win massively come September 2nd. We will kickstart our campaign after today. We are just waiting for the candidate to be elected, and then we will kickstart our campaign tomorrow. So that is why we are just waiting.
I mean, following what happened at Ablekuma North, a lot of back and forth, manhandling and all that. How are we ensuring that we don't encounter similar situation there in Akwatia?
I can assure you, Akwatia is going to be peaceful. What happened in Ablekuma North was caused by the NPP. Don't forget, it was the NPP who said they were not participating in the rerun, and then less than 12 hours to the election, they jumped into the fray. And their intention was just to come and mar the beauty of the process. They know that they were interested in winning the election. They were just there to mar the beauty of the process. That was their intention, because their general secretary held a press conference and told the whole world that they were not participating in the 19 polling station election. So how come they were part of the election? Again, less than 12 hours to the election. And don't forget, recently, the candidate came out and apologized to the executive for defying their orders. So they knew that whatever they were doing was just not to win the election, but to mar the beauty of it. So now the police have known the character of NPP, who they are. I'm sure they will prepare adequately for them. And for NDC, we are peace-loving people. We want peace. We want the betterment of Ghana, the better agenda, the resetting agenda that we are on. We are resetting the country. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, look at what the goodies he has brought so far for the good people of Ghana. Akwatia want to be part of that. And I can assure you, by tomorrow, when we kickstart our campaign, you will see the reality. The people are going to vote massively for NDC. I can assure you. And that is what we are working towards. It will be very peaceful. Anybody who thinks that he will come there, he or she, like what Howard Kumsin went there to cause all the mishap that took place at that place, she won't have that luxury to do that again. I can assure you the police will take care of any miscreant who will want to come and cause trouble there. They will make sure that there will be security at the place. We will respect the state security, and we will do according to what they will ask us to do, so that we will have a peaceful process and NDC will be elected as a winner on that day.
If I may ask, I mean, the former, or let's say the late member of parliament, and it's Kumi, who was the MP for the area, was on the tickets of the MPP. What strategy are you adapting to ensure that, just like you've been saying, resetting and all that, what strategy are you adapting to ensure that the seat, becomes that of the MPP, becomes that of the NDC? I beg your pardon.
Look, my brother, they didn't win the election. They rigged the election in the December 2024 parliamentary primaries elections. They rigged it. We have evidence. That's why we're chasing them in court. You remember we're still battling with him in court. Unfortunately, he lost his life. May his soul rest in perfect peace. We are mourning with them over it. We don't wish anybody to die in this country. But so it has made the matter moot. Otherwise, we're chasing him in court. They rigged the election over 12 areas. And I can show you evidence. Over 2,000 votes cannot be accounted between the parliamentary and presidential. You don't even know where it is. We have recorded overvoting in 12 areas. And they were just using certain communities to do the overvoting. That's why we're chasing them in court. And that's why I was battling them at a Tesano police station when they came there to quickly declare themselves winners for that constituency. This time they won't have that luxury to do the rigging. They connive with some crooked electoral officers to do what they did in 2024. This time they won't have that luxury. I'm telling you, it's going to be free and fair, and we will beat them to it. Because we have the magic wand to beat them to it. We have the beautiful strategy planned for them, and we are going to win the election on clean slate. We are not into rigging machinery. We are going to win the election based on our track record, because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is delivering. He's delivering the good. That is why you don't even see the electoral coalition, the election directory, going in for this thing. We have allowed the regional election directorate and their regional executive to conduct the primaries, so that whoever is elected there, we as a national officer will take over and make sure that we market the person and he will win massively. Because we want to have a clean sheet in that constituency. For MPP, they know very well that they didn't win the election. They rigged the election. We have evidence, and we can produce it at any point in time if anybody wants it. And we show them how they rigged the election, polling station to polling station, where they padded the votes and got away with it because they were working with some crooked electoral officers. This time, they won't have that luxury, I can assure you.
Right. And let's now talk about the 3 persons that you are holding the election for today. I mean, to select somebody to lead the party. Tell me about them quickly.
Well, the first candidate is our constituency secretary, who happens to be a legal person, a lawyer. I mean, he was prosecuting the case for us in court, and he's the secretary of the constituency.
Right.
So we felt that, yes, this time I also want to test myself. And our candidate for 2024 is also part of the contest. It's also, in fact, so you can see a candidate and his lawyer, they are contesting each other. That's the beauty of democracy. The lawyer who was defending him in the matter is contesting him. Then we have the former MP. You know, we used to have an MP in that constituency. The former MP is also contested. So these are the 3 candidates who are contesting each other in the. And it's very peaceful. I'm told so far the report I've received so far is very positive, and things are going on well. We are expecting about 1,200 plus delegates to come and cast their ballot. It's early days yet. We'll be closing by 4 p.m. where ballots will start counting. But I can assure you, so far so good. Very peaceful, because the people just want a candidate to come out, and then the generality of the constituency will vote for the candidate, and the NDC will be represented in Parliament for the Akutia people.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. I have been talking to Tanko Computer Rashid, who is the head of IT and elections for the National Democratic Congress, NDC, and doubles as CEO for Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications, GIFEC. And according to him, the NDC is ready to elect someone who, properly represent them in Parliament come September 2. And he also mentioned that a number of about 1,200 delegates will be gathering there to nominate someone. So away from that, let's come back in Accra. My colleague Ernestina was at an event where government is talking about cocoa pricing for the new window. What exactly is it? What's the latest on that particular one? And I've been joined in studio by her with all the latest from the event. Ernestina, thank you so much for joining us here in the studio. Grateful.
You're
I
welcome.
see you're still having your tag on your neck.
Yes, of course.
Tell us where you were and what the event was about.
Right. So this was a briefing by the Finance Ministry together with Ghana Cocoa Board.
Right.
So there's this producer price review committee. They earlier had a closed door meeting, and after the meeting, they briefed the media. Right. It was a very brief one, but then they made some major announcements with regards to the cocoa sector, and there was some relief for cocoa farmers. So the first one had to do with the increments in the cocoa producer price.
Right.
So initially, the cocoa price was at $3,100 per ton, but then this has been increased to $5,040 per ton. And this is going to take effect. You know, the new pricing window is going to start on August 7th, or that is on Thursday. So this particular increment is going to start from August 7th.
Right.
So the new one is $5,040. And this new producer price is currently going to move the cocoa price from 49,600 Ghana cedis to 51,660 Ghana cedis per ton. So this is a very great relief to cocoa farmers.
Were they in the representative of the cocoa farmers in Ghana, and probably did they express?
Of course, yes. So this particular committee had these cocoa farmers, their representatives on.
Right.
So during their meeting, they were equally there. So they expressed satisfaction with this kind of relief or this kind of increment that has come from government. And you know, the NDC government, Mahama, made a promise or made an announcement of this increment during their campaign time. So the minister made us understand that it's part of the fulfillment of their campaign promise, specifically to these cocoa farmers. So in addition to that, they made an announcement again for tertiary education scholarship scheme for children of cocoa farmers. So these children, and then they said in some few months' time, they are going to announce the modality for this particular enrollment of the children.
Before we, forgive me for coming, but before you speak more on that, did they give you a date where the new pricing will begin?
That will be in August 7th.
You're already in August?
Yes, we are already in August, so that will be on Thursday.
Okay, this coming Thursday.
This coming Thursday.
Okay.
That's when the new pricing window will start. So in August, this one is going to start.
Let's not talk about the children of the cocoa farmers. That sounds very interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Tell me about that.
And you know, someone raised a question about how they are going to check to know if, for instance, I'm a cocoa farmer, I'm not going to bring in a brother or my brother's child, a son or a daughter, exactly, into it. And then they said it's something that they are going to look out for. Yes, they've made announcements, but then they are going to sit back, make some modalities, put in place some key things in order to address this particular gap that may not come in. These are the kind of things they spoke about. And also they spoke about the fact that they are going to reintroduce free fertilizer for cocoa farmers.
Free fertilizer?
Yes. You know, this is an initiative that has been there for some time, but it was cancelled. So they are going to do a reintroduction of free cocoa fertilizer program for these cocoa farmers.
I saw a news of the Deputy Agri Minister, John Dumelo, together with the Foreign Affairs Minister, Hujoso Blako, somewhere last week, receiving about 2,000 bags of fertilizer from the Moroccan government. So I don't know if these are part of what
the package they are going to give out. So, and in the middle, you know, one of the issues that comes up mostly has to do with the road that leads to these cocoa farmers, their farms, the cocoa farms. So they said these roads are going to be awarded to the roads ministry to ensure that these roads are being constructed for them at the shortest.
I know I'm asking too many questions about timelines, but I think, you know, they talk a lot and implementation becomes a problem.
Exactly.
Were they timelines?
They didn't give timelines for that, but then just as they said for the free tertiary education for the children, they said in a short time they are going to sit and relook at the modalities that will come up. So yes, they will do it. It has been awarded to the roads ministry to ensure all these roads are being constructed going forward, and these are part of the key highlights or the key things that they spoke about in the press conference or the press briefing some few minutes ago.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I'm sure you're going to give us a well put together story for this night.
Of course.
Right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And so I've been here with Ernestina, who is on the Ignite Media Dex. She says both original TV, original FM, and Metro TV. So she's all around everywhere. And so let's come back to the studio. Let's talk about that Lumba. How about that? Tina, before you go, were you a fan of that Lumba?
Come again?
Were you a fan of that Lumba?
Yes.
Or are you a fan of that Lumba?
Okay, so I'm a fan of Daddy Lumba, but then sometimes they play certain songs. I enjoy the songs a lot. Before I ask who
sang it?
Who sang the song, and then they tell me it's Daddy Lumba. Okay. So please, if you're going to ask me his favorite song, please.
So you don't have any favorite song from him?
Please. I enjoy his music, all right, but
okay, all right, then, thank you. But we brought you this earlier when my colleague Desmond Kwekudanso was there at the vigil here in Accra. We are told that another will be held in Kumasi, somewhere this weekend, where they will be also paying their tribute, and a candle lights vigil will be happening there in Kumasi. But what exactly happened there in Accra over the weekend, where Desmond Kwekudanso was here? We brought it to you earlier at the beginning of the show, but it's only right, you know, we bring it back to you again as we also eulogize and tell you who he really was. Enjoy this one, and I'll be back to wrap up.
So it's a very solemn one here at the Independence Square as a creative arts agency together with the family of our beloved Daddy Lumba holding this vigil for him to celebrate and to honor him. So we are here to bring you all the happenings right here from the Independence Square. Of course, you see that the fans are here in their numbers to support this particular program. Mami no di come on Metro TV, so what are your friends saying?
Nana Kwame.
Nana Kwame, enyumre me just say Daddy Lumba who don't know about then now that Lumba nyum aya ma enti awaba ha.
Daddy Lumba nyum there, in fact, yebeka ayenyoma bi brama me. Futu sembi, especially gospel no baby abenu ana ba san church anu ne yankopon. Enu say no etoma kuma so pa me say etumi ama meti ne ma bi ase say na mienu kura na nyame wo entem. Nti ye twa hia wa hai yankopon ha bi. Be da wase.
Nti nenyum no emu de na ya wo de pa.
E na me chiro no baby abenu ana ba san de hia Ana Yesu Kayehu.
Abna, you made a show around Daddy Lumba into our bar. Can be betrayed, then tia we feel fear baha.
Oh, like me, daddy fan. So, me say, we will know na mayor. So, me say, I can do night. No, then I have to come. That's the reason why I'm here.
Evening, Pacho Metro TV. So, Pacho Fro say, Gifty, Daddy Lumba. Dear, now catch a man say about Daddy Lumba and the Aninyum. I am out.
Oh, Ninyum, no, I impacted lives and still, no, his memory lives on. You don't have a brain.
Let's wave it again. Let's wave it again. Let's wave it again. If you love Daddy Lumba, yes, wave it for me. Hey, wave it for me. Sing along, sing along, sing everybody, along. Wave it for me. After you to you know. Wave it for me. Okay. Obia son the lighter. Obia son the candle. You know I am bigger your money and so your candle. Samusha, Bobe was candles, you could akasiam you know. Right? Works with Akwaku National Commission on Culture. Executive Director. The Pacho candles living here.
Well, yeah, make it His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. It is from the presidency to all Ghanaians lighting a candle for Daddy Lumba. And what KOD has is from Mamaga Abla Jifa Gomashi, Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, lighting a candle for Daddy Lumba. Thank you very much, Gideon.
Father, you are larger than life, but to us, you are home. Rest well. So, I'm speaking for my sister, Sierra, and myself, Charlene. The last words to his fans. We want to thank you, all of you guys, for supporting him over the years. Without your support, he wouldn't be Daddy Lumba. Thank you for coming, and we will love you. And remember you guys. Thank you so much.
Yedama Sibebre. Yedama Sibebre. Yedama Sibebre. Let's take a bit, Father. Okay. So here's to the maestro, the unparalleled star. May your vibrant music echo near and far. For UNESCO, you'll be remembered forever.
I didn't come with the kind of sadness that you can think about. It's that kind
kind of sadness that grips your spirit when you're sitting in the Accra traffic and when the radio forgets that he is gone, and so his rhythms keep pouring into your ears on a hot afternoon. I come with a crack in my throat from trying to say daddy, from trying to say Lumba, from trying to say our legend.
The message about your memories of Daddy Lumba. In fact, your camera reached me at the right time because this is my song. This is your favorite song? This is my favorite song. This is my favorite song. Because many Ghanaians have much ideas and dreams, and because of helpers and money, their dreams are dying off.
Well, he's a great icon that deserves the celebration of life that he's getting. And it's in the right place, because a nation that does not honor its heroes and sheroes is not worth dying for. So even though I'm sad, I'm happy that we've all come out to show how much we love him. He's done so much for Ghana in the music space, and as a creative, I'm happy that he's a creative.
Thank you very much, Mommy.
Thank you so much. Daddy Lumba lives on. He's a legend for
His soul continue on, to rest in perfect peace. And I mean, if you see visuals on social media, I realize it's not just happening here in Ghana. If you go to Germany, it's happening. Even in Canada, it's happening. Stonebwoy was on a show somewhere in Germany, sang a tribute to him by singing a song when it happened, the day where the demise happened, somewhere in London. Davido was having a show where a song was played. So yeah, he's in our own way, our own global icon who is recognized from around the world. And so yes, we love him wherever he is. May his legacy continue on. And this has been Good Afternoon Ghana. I was earlier here with my colleague Desmond Okreku-Danso, who came through with latest news from across the country. And we later took you to the presidency, where the Minister for Communication, President's Government Communications, Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, hosted the Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, George Opare-Addo-Assie, answered questions and told Ghanaians what his office has done so far concerning young people here in Ghana. And also later, we had a conversation with Tanko Computer Rashid, who is the IT head and election head for the NDC, doubles as the CEO for the investment fund for electronic companies here, communications in the country. And later, I also spoke to my colleague Ernestina, who was at the press briefing organized by the Finance Ministry as they announced new pricing for cocoa production, and some good news out there for them, where their children will be having some free, education, scholarships and here and there. Amazing news for them. We also told that their roads will be constructed in due time, which will be given to the Transport Ministry to deal with that. And so this has been our show here this afternoon on Good Afternoon Ghana. I believe there'll be more happenings and news, but it will be at 7 p.m. on News Night. Good Afternoon Ghana is back tomorrow with Business Edge. Akosia Free will be here with more. I am Bryce and Akosia Mene. Have a good afternoon and bye.
Met and agreed on the producer price of cocoa for the 2025-2026 season, which opens on Thursday, 7th August 2025. Subsequently, government is pleased to announce an increase in the producer price of cocoa from $3,100 per ton to to $5,040 per ton. I thought you clapped for government. Let me repeat. Subsequent to this meeting, the government of Ghana is pleased to announce an increase in the producer price of cocoa from $3,100 per ton to $5,040 per ton. It is instructive to note that the government has, by this decision, increased the producer price significantly.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
What is going on here?
My love, what do you mean by what is going on here?
Do not play dumb with me like you do not know what I'm talking about. What is going on here?
His name is Gonzalez Newton. He's the best SAS player in Nigeria. I brought him for you.
For what exactly?
Beautiful princess of Dunu Kingdom. The one with alluring presence. The one her presence intimidates. The one molded in the nature of winds. Please, make my day. I am convinced that you are the best among the bests. Yes, and there is no other one like you. Please marry me. I vow on my honor to make you the happiest woman on earth. Yes. Please, don't say no. What have you done?
Exactly what it looks like. I am tired of your lying, cheating ass. What do you think? That I'll be foolish enough to allow you walk over me again and again? Oh no, I won't do that.
Babe, what are you talking about? Me cheating on you? How?
No, you aren't cheating on me. That is how you stand in my front always and lie to my face. The same way you lie to all the numerous girls who have graced your bed. Oh wait, your secretary. Your secretary who happens to be your newest lover should know exactly what I'm talking about.
Babe.
Do not call me. I am done with you, Kenneth. I am done with all the charade. I am done pretending that I do not know all the things you do, why they get to me. And the worst part of it all is that you look me in the face always and then you lie to me over and over. I am done for good. Thank you so much for bringing me out here just to waste my time. Excuse me.
Rita.
Thank you. What happened to you, my princess? This is quite unlike you.
I'm sorry. You know, something happened and I lost it. Okay. But please just do me a favor. Huh?
Yes, my princess.
Do not tell mommy I'm in this state, okay? Just go to your room.
The queen is already aware of this, my princess, and she's not happy.
Just go to your room. Yeah, good morning, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Where's Nobulu?
He stepped out a bit early and I overheard him telling the queen about a breakfast meeting.
Okay, just tell the guy to get my car ready. Okay. I've got something.
Princess.
Mother.
We need to talk.
Mommy, good morning.
What happened? You came back last night so drunk.
Mommy, please, I wouldn't want to discuss that right now. I have to get to the office. When I come back, we'll talk about it. Thank you.
You mean all those stories was true? That she really did a number on you?
What she did to me is something I cannot wish to my enemy. You should have been there. You should have